Jabba Tears podcast. We hold it down. They know what's now.
Jabber Nation, welcome to the late afternoon version of the Jabba Tears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with MrBlacc. Sir Wilkins is on assignment this week. He's feeling a little love birdie, so he's not here with us. But we got two special guests with us. As always, when we have guests, I don't introduce them. They introduce themselves. So I'm going to let the gentlemen introduce themselves.
All right, so I guess I'll go first. This your boy, the Wildcat Jay Troy. What? Good.
He just said smiling like.
Barely. Like, I hear you, but I know why I hear you.
Everybody, Michael Bostic. Oh, so yeah.
You want to switch headphones?
No. I'm gonna leave.
There you go. Bring Cuzzo back.
It's okay. We got the Cousins of Destruction on today's episode.
Cousins of Destruction. I like that one.
I've been sleeping on it all day. I was like, yo, how
we definitely making that into a shirt now.
I was like, how am I gonna like get everyone to understand the relationship with the two of y'all? Because what me and him were talking about was the ultimate okie doke of Undertaker and Kane. Growing up, you thought they were really brothers, and then they're not at all.
That was one of the things that broke my heart as an adult when I found that out. I was like, my childhood was a lie this whole time.
Man, we all thought that, man.
Growing up, I was always a Kane guy, though. I was
a Kane guy until the unmasking. After that, he lost me.
Yeah, when they humanized him a little bit, I can, yeah.
Like Kane in the beginning, just I was riding. But when he took that mask off with RVD, I was like,
I mean, I feel like it kind of had potential in the beginning, but after a while, they just didn't book him right.
True.
It did have potential because when he first took it off, remember, he was coming out with the chains and he had the cops and scoring. It was a different layer of Kane, but then after a while, they just started booking him.
Thank you. I've been preaching that forever. Like, I've been saying that I feel that it was a good span. Right after he took off the mask with RVD, a lot of people won't give Stone Cold credit, though, but he got Kane over. Mm-hmm. The fact that he let Kane just, like, beat on and went back and forth, it reeled back that little what they had. And JR got him over because JR let him, set him on fire. And the extended was cool with the music, and Kane was the monster. They should have put the World Championship on him, but Triple H was in the middle of the Reign of Terror.
Yeah, they put it on Goldberg instead.
Goldberg was hot. Goldberg was hot. Goldberg was hot in the Ruthless Aggression era.
William was.
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with that. I did like Goldberg. I did like Goldberg right now.
Me too. And here comes the pain. What?
Him and Brock Lesnar was OP. Those two were savages. Savages.
Crush. Oh my gosh. Ruthless Aggression Goldberg when that Elimination Chamber match. Whoa my gosh. That was a money-making match right there. That made it.
And then Triple H picks up the shovel, aka the sledgehammer. Yeah. Game over.
Exactly. Because everybody knows what time it is.
but I will defend Triple H, and I will defend Triple H on this one. I had to realize this. How he won it sucked. Okay, whatever. We can't get over that. But you had to set him as a dominant heel then. The title was brand new. So you needed a dominant reign to set that limit, like to set the tone for it. And when Batista won, it was even a greater win. Like, yeah, it's over. Da, 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 da. It wasn't as bad as Jeff Jarrett and TNA. That was a whole nother level of burial. That was on next level. Triple H, it made sense for the time. Now, if you had another long reign, yes, that would be no good. But it had to happen to set it up for the next champion.
I guess. All right, our other guest, are you there? Are you there? Can you hear us? Can you hear you?
So
Okay, we can hear you a little better.
okay.
So I called you guys the cousins of destruction because
Buddy.
Yeah,
those
that
that
has a shirt
are
now.
watching, our two guests are actually related. So like, I'm always surrounded by family members that are. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm the middleman and everything.
Fact.
But before we do get started, since viewers may not know who you guys are, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? Let's just start basic.
Ooh, the GOAT. I actually
No. Before you do that, man, let the people know that who your guys are, some of your background. I know that Michael got a new track out called Bad, because he's the ooh-wee type of nigga. So when he's a ooh-wee niggas sing. You got Jay Troy, like he said earlier, the Wildcat. He's over here munching on YouTube, checking out your favorite snacks.
From Mark Merrill? Because Mark Merrill used to call himself the Wildcat.
No, actually, it was. Where did I get the name from? Honestly, I think I just saw it on social media like one day. Like I just saw a Wildcat just come up, and I just looked up the definition of it.
And before his marvelous Mark Merrill times, he was the Wildcat.
And also, they was calling Kofi Kingston that at one point. For a brief second.
But okay.
How's that racist?
Low key. Wildcat? There's wildcats in Africa.
What? Stop. That's not racist.
It's a little bit of a drag. That's like calling somebody a monkey. It's a little bit of a drag.
No, that's two different things.
No.
That's two different kings. Like, for example, in basketball, where he's like, yo, he's a wildcat out there, B. No, it's not. That's not racist.
Well, to be fair, in basketball, there is a team, and their mascot is the Wildcat. So that I can understand, but
there's an offense, but exactly. Was
that before?
Exactly.
You're reaching. SOS, or was that like right before New Day? Like I'm intrigued.
Right before New Day. Was it around the Airborne days? The Airborne.
It was Airborne days. It has to be.
It was definitely calling the Wildcat, especially around that time when he was doing that Royal Rumble stuff. When he first started doing the Royal Rumble stuff. The escape elimination.
It was so weird not seeing Kofi in the Rumble this year.
Yeah, they probably took him out because he didn't have no idea to escape elimination.
It was weird, yeah.
Because last year he didn't do it.
Oh, really?
He did it. Yeah, he did it.
You remember he had the thing to stay down with Brock, and everybody got lit in that arena for a second. When Kofi came out and he was staring at Brock, and then Kofi was all serious. It was just like, all right. But he didn't have his moment. The escape elimination. What's like the year before that was when they used the pancakes?
Yeah.
Pancake power.
I'm not gonna hold you. I've always wanted to taste it one. Like
the ones on the platter or the ones coming out.
So I can't really say my answer, but I'm just going to just say either one. Either one could have worked. But as Mr. Black did mention, Mr. Bostic, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself? You new single.
Song is fire, by the way.
It is. Like you try to get some
singer.
Put on definitely put that on your Valentine's Day track, Bad, because you definitely get that cootie wear.
Singer as podcast.
I almost want to have him just sit next to me.
You might as well.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah. At this point, you might as well.
Just slide over.
No, he's in the other side. The kid is slide over. Are you on the Wi-Fi?
I am on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, make sure Cuzzo looking good.
I'm dropping dick off.
Who's dropping dick off?
Somebody dropping dick. The fuck?
Obviously,
You want to get that chair?
dropping dick off, dropping dick off.
I'm dead. I am deceased. Okay, let's see how we can. Yeah, we gotta get Kozo in there.
This, which one? This one.
The cousins of
You're
destruction.
too close,
I
Wayne. You're
definitely
too
want that
You're
close.
shirt.
too close.
There we go.
Can y'all hear us?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hear you.
Perfectly fine. There we go, Kozo. Yeah, we might just gotta do it like that.
I did.
Oh,
I had to this way.
no.
All right. Wow. Shout out to Stephanie Hardy, aka Mama Dershie.
But I can hear you guys.
We can't hear you.
We can hear?
I'm back.
Like literally, my lips is on the mic. Oh, no homo. My whole lips is on the mic.
What is wrong, bro?
Who was hiding from the kids? Oh, okay. Dang. The things I be saying, B.
So wild. It just took me by surprise.
Oh man. Since we all here, shout out to Bruce, shout out to Bruce, the dark skin Dundada over out here, aka Blockman.
Dundada.
The dark
You
skin
know.
Dundada.
He's probably the top 20 dark skin niggas alive. Shout
So
out to
who's
him.
in top 5?
Oh man, first is Morris Chestnut because he defined the dark skin niggas roles, how to be a good man out here. Morris Chestnut. Then you got Charlemagne. He modernized the dark skin man to talk about your feelings. Wesley Snipes. He taught niggas that he put Marvel on his back. Without Wesley Snipes, there'll be no Marvel. Because there was a time that had that Marvel starving out here and Blade made money. The first blockbuster franchise was Blade. And top 5 is, riding it out is between Akon and Idris Elba. Akon taught niggas that to get money out here, and Issa Elba saying that you can have a British accent and still look good.
8,000 lives too.
Well, listen, man. I try to be black than Akon, man. Why am I just a Facebook username? Because you have to. I don't know, Bruce. All right, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I can't explain that. All right.
But
Oh no!
What?
No, that wasn't Bruce. That was what's up for Katie? Sorry, Katie. Listen, I don't know yet. Stephanie, what about you, Mr. Black? What about me, Mr. Black? What about you?
Are you dropping off dick?
Whoa. I'm trying to figure out who's dropping dick off.
First of all, Stephanie is a nice Christian woman. She won't be talking about penis like us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was a different Stephanie, so I take that back because she's happily with someone. So my bad.
Yeah, Stephanie Hardy. Trust me, that's a Christian woman right here.
She
You know, like
is.
you gotta
on her show.
Yo, facts. I feel bad.
Like I realized it, I was like, "Ooh, I'm cussing." Ooh. But now that you guys can hear Michael Bostic in real time, tell everybody about yourself.
All right, so I am a R&B singer / podcast host. I have 2 podcasts out right now. One is my own podcast, Let's Have a Regular Man. I also have a podcast with this young lady here called Game Night. And I have a single out, new single out. It's called Bad. It's the first single off of my upcoming EP, A Love Story Chapter 2. And that's about it.
Top 5 dark skinned dudes. Ah man. Top. I have to say that I'm number 21. I'm not there yet. I'm still working on myself, but I know that one day
I'll make the top
20.
That's impressive. That's still kind of high.
That's the utmost random number.
He said 21.
The 21. I'm not in the top 20 yet. No, not yet.
Okay.
Where do you place your brother?
Same way.
22.
Same position. No. I give him that. Like I could be 22. He could be 21. Like he got that. But
I can tie for 21. It's okay.
We ain't there yet. The moment put it like this. When I know that I'm in the top 20 of dark-skinned niggas alive, is when niggas ask for my autograph. That's when I know I'm top 20. The
Have
moment
you
that
ever asked
happened.
for your autograph?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Who asked you that?
I've had a couple of people ask me actually.
What?
The most I get is, yeah, Mr. Black, well, what do you think about wrestling? All right, man. Nobody asked you how I do
something though.
At first, I hated it. I hated it at first. But then I realized that people just want my expertise. I've been one time at Battle Club. I forgot the dude's name. I haven't seen him since. He stopped me. We had like a whole hour conversation about wrestling. And I liked it because I enlightened him on the business, where you could tell back in his brain where like he has a gear move that he saw the business from a different way. He didn't see it so much as one narrow mind. He saw it more of an open sense. So I'm happy that I was able to do that for him.
I mean, that's one.
Oh, thank you, Andre.
Now, one thing like I really appreciate, like all of y'all, like the three of y'all, is that like
I thought you said I appreciate dark skin niggas. I'm like, dang man, okay, thank you.
No, I really do like I really do like enjoy y'all way of thinking when it comes to the business, because I feel like y'all all come with something different. I feel like the all three of y'all, like y'all come with something different, but y'all have like a real reason behind what y'all are saying. Like one thing with me is like when I have my opinion on something, like just because I don't agree with the person, like I want to see why that they think that way, you know. And I just like it when like people say different things and why they think that way, it makes sense. So yeah.
Thank you, Jay. We appreciate that.
I was always a fan of y'all. Like
thank you.
And even when Janelle was doing Big Four, and whenever I would see her at the bar Legends, I would tell Janelle what a great job she did. I was always a fan of Janelle. Like honestly, I would tell her.
Oh, thank you, because I just be here.
No, but like I what Janelle does, she does a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So back to wrestling. We might as well talk about some wrestling. Favorite wrestler of all time.
Mine is Chris Jericho, without a doubt.
Oh man, he's the best.
There's nobody better to me than Chris Jericho.
Because I kind of changed mine.
Yeah,
kind of changed it.
I'm glad you did.
What was it, John Cena?
Because anybody was better than that.
No, it wasn't John Cena. John Cena.
No, he could go for Cena.
I can go for Cena.
No, John Cena is John Cena is like one of my role models. Like when I was a kid, like
go for Cena.
John Cena taught me how to never give up, and I really took it seriously. Okay, I still take it seriously. What would John Cena do in this situation?
Yo, WWJD.
No, mine's is The Rock.
You gotta stop.
And actually, Wilkins had actually dropped a video, the coffee talk thing, and he actually said it like right around the time when I was just like, yo, I might gotta say The Rock is like the GOAT, because it's just like when I rewatch The Rock, it's like me being an entertainer, it's like I want to be on that level. Like his way, like when he comes out, it's like when you watch some old segments, even the more recent ones, when he comes back, it's like you get those goosebumps. Like I always watch the interaction that he did with Triple H and Stephanie and Ronda Rousey first came. Like for some reason, I love that moment. That was like one of the more recent ones. But like that moment, like when he comes out and everybody just goes crazy and electricity is going, like I'm telling you. I remember there was the one show that they did in Brooklyn, and that was when he surprisingly returned, and he beat up Rusev, and we didn't know that The Rock was going to be there. We didn't know that The Rock was going to be there. I didn't know that The Rock was going to be there. And like we watching the segment, and right around the time The Rock, I was still mad at The Rock with the whole John Cena thing.
Correct.
I was so upset with that. But I'm not gonna hold you. When I heard the hip your smell, I was just like, I forgot about everything.
The building shook.
Yeah, the whole you see the electricity was all over the Barclays. Then like seeing The Rock in person, like oh man. So that's why like I consider him like it pained me to say that because Shawn Michaels was always my GOAT. Like he was always the GOAT for me.
Wait, so is it Shawn pre like drugs, sex, drugs, and alcohol era, or I Found God era?
I Found God era.
Yeah.
I know you say that's the better.
Like legit, because I tell them all the time, I was at the first Elimination Chamber in 2002 at the Garden, and that's when HBK won the title in the chamber. And I said, yo, his run that second time ago was hard.
It was his best run. Like a lot of people don't see it that way. Like
JBL was fucking him up on the regular, so I loved it.
Nah, yeah, but
that's why I got respect for JBL, because he was beating the shit out of HBK.
HBK sold for him. HBK did sold for him.
He sold good for him.
So trust me, that second run, I could count. It's like him versus Shelton Benjamin.
Him versus his boy.
Huh?
The Jericho matches.
Him and Jericho.
Yeah, that was a good feud. It was definitely
him and Shelton Benjamin. Him versus Triple H. Him versus John Cena. Him versus Batista. Him versus Undertaker. Him the most underrated feud of the PG era. DX versus Legacy. Anywhere falls submission match. The first ever tag team Hell in a Cell match. Come on.
That's a good one. Yes. That's definitely a good one.
Classic.
That is definitely a good one.
Nobody talks about those matches, man. Yeah,
because it's a different era that most people don't talk about.
Ruthless aggression era, I feel like it just doesn't get the love that it deserves.
He found God.
Ruthless aggression era just doesn't get the love. Like to me, honestly, people love the Attitude Era, but my favorite era is the Ruthless Aggression era.
Ooh.
I really had my most like fun watching the Ruthless Aggression era with Eddie, with Benoit, with Shawn, with Triple H. Hell, like even the the tag teams, we had Crown Time. We had like come on, bro.
We talk about his second run, Charlie. His second run, someone asked that there was no Iron Man that sent him straight to the top. Yeah, no, we're talking about his second run.
I think it put him on the map. I don't think it shot him to the top.
It didn't. It put him on the map. DX really shot him off. Like, correct. Oh shoot, honestly, like dang.
Even though it was kind of the beginning of it was the end kind of, but him and Austin at 14 really put Shawn on a different level. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people I'm a sucker for a build-up. So the build-up between Mike Tyson coming into the picture, from the Rumble, from when Austin wins, and then going all the way to March
with DX,
DX and everything.
Come
and
on,
they was doing the outside shit. They did the shit in Boston where they had Mike come out and then he had a fucking DX shirt on. So it just was like I really feel like that whole build-up is what really put Shawn on the map. I mean, of course he had. He won the Rumble, then he won the title, then him and Brett had that. But I honestly think the screw job kind of diluted HBK's whole run. It didn't make it feel real because everybody was questioning, was the screw job real or not? Then him going into it with Taker, and then that kind of transitioned into him and Austin. So I just always think HBK and Austin, I think Austin's what put him on the map. Everything else was kind of like,
they got watered down. That's why, like DX made sense because he was the man, but he was missing that edge to him, and he didn't have that. He was still that little. He was missing something, but DX definitely made him the bad boy. Like nigga, he was on Playboy. Like before DX, he was not on Playboy. I mean, Playgirl. He wasn't.
So, question to you guys. Who do you think right now on the roster kind of needs a DX? Like, who do you think needs another person to kind of help them?
Go ahead, Jay.
Build up.
Wait. Hold
on. Superstar level.
Or to get to the next level?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like who needs a Scottie Pippen?
Ooh.
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 See, the crazy thing is, the crazy thing is, we kind of already saw that with MVP doing that with Lashley.
Right. I think Keith Lee can benefit from that.
Who needs a staple?
I think that's
that's
really the one.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's the one.
I agree.
Keith Lee, absolutely.
Keith Lee needs something different now because what they
that
did
gimmick not working. That gimmick not working.
Who keep up?
Yeah.
He's
I know it's been him, but like I don't know. It's not translating.
Rico definitely no. Rico probably.
Rico, light skin booty. Yeah, he definitely somebody.
Okay, I would say Rico and Keith Lee.
Okay,
but then I challenge you guys. Do you think is Keith Lee getting the same thing that Bianca was getting a year ago? Because it was all those times where we were always sitting like, yo, why ain't Bianca on it? What's going on? Like, what do you mean? And then slowly but surely, it was always those little moments here and there that we would get, but it still wasn't enough. But now it's enough, where now we're like, okay, we're sold, we're locked in. Are they doing the same thing with Keith Lee then?
Possibly. I would say possibly. I'm not gonna sit around and say like a whole bunch of wrestling fans are saying like Keith Lee's buried. I don't think Keith Lee's buried at all.
No.
Like he just has no direction.
With my opinion, when it comes to Keith Lee, Bianca Belair, all these NXT call up, I like to compare it to the OVW when they had that class of John Cena, Brock Lesnar, etc. You know why that class worked so much?
Mm-hmm.
There was no NXT. They had no station that was broadcast everywhere. So people was allowed to have that accolade, build themselves up, and then when they got on the main roster, you knew nothing about them. It was all a fresh start. Because if you knew what Brock did in OVW, you say, why he's not champion already? Brock was able to organically build himself where he was able to go through the workers, such as the Hardy Boys. People forget the Hardy Boys been around forever. They know how to make people look good. And then him putting him in the King of the Ring, where he's able to work. Look who he went against. Rikishi, a worker who know how to make people look good. In the finals, RVD, a small guy that Brock loves, just know how to display his power. The way he dominated RVD will not be possible today because all everyone was saying is he's getting buried. Why keep working with the Hardy Boys? The Hardy Boys getting buried. Blah blah blah. People complain. Just like with Keith Lee, he gotta get his reps in. There's no house shows. Right. Main event is a new house shows, and just like everyone's saying, like you saying, is he's gonna get the rub, but you gotta build him up because if you're gonna make him go on a run, there's no room for errors once you go on that train. So once they root for errors, it will discredit him as a worker. So why not build him up behind the scenes, NXT, all of that. So by the time you're ready to make that run, like Bianca, it's flawless.
So with you guys saying that Keith needs a Scotty, who would be Scotty then to him?
He needs somebody MVP because MVP speaks his language. Yeah. MVP speaks his language.
You know the one thing is the one thing that people's been saying a lot lately is that everything Roman touches turns to gold. That needs to be said about MVP as well.
Absolutely.
They need to say that about my boy Montel Vontavious Porter. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said his whole government
for the blow up shit to come back on the stage.
Yeah. Yo, oh my god.
Legit, like I've been like, somebody get that from the voltage, from the vault, and just be like, one good time.
Right.
Yo, the crazy thing is, Cuzzo knew for years how much I loved MVP.
This was an MVP fanatic.
Yes.
You had the chain. You had the chain.
I wanted that chain so bad.
He was my dude too. I didn't go for him as much as he went.
But
MVP was my dude. Like,
that's why when they had the Royal Rumble last year and I was at Legends and MVP came out, I still got that video on my Instagram. I was freaking out because I was just like, for years it was teasers that MVP was coming back. And it was one year that was like, if MVP comes out during the Royal Rumble, I am marking out. And it was just like when I heard that I'm coming, Yo, I was just oh my god, yo. I was thinking that I was like, yo, that's my guy right there, son. Because where MVP went to Impact and he had the beatdown clan, bro.
Ooh.
Yo, oh my god. Yo, I still got that beatdown clan theme song on my phone. Yo,
Really?
yeah, MVP was spitting some heat in that song. Yo, but
Don't he got some new song out now with
the Hurt Business.
no,
he got a song with Conway, Conway.
I think it was that song called Hurt Business.
What's
Wale. I think
Yeah,
Wale?
Hurt Business.
It's called the Hurt Business.
Yeah, Hurt
It's
Business.
called Hurt Business. Okay.
Yeah, Hurt Business.
Yeah,
But I was like, my man is out here spitting.
he out here, he rapping. MVP's like one of them real OGs that you will want to be around. Like somebody that you can legit learn about anything from the business, life in general, because this man has been through so much stuff. You know, this is a man with like a inspirational story.
Facts.
Yeah, just like R-Truth, who is a national treasure.
Facts. It must be protected at all costs.
Facts.
At all costs.
All truth at all costs. My man, all trizzle. That's it. Like
Trizzle.
That man was talking about DP. So
Huh?
that man pulled out DP the other day. So
DP
that nigga was talking about DP.
and Charlie was liking it.
Charlie's nasty.
DP.
Yeah, she was like,
DP.
I love DP.
DP is double penetration.
Wow, that's wild because she was going, okay, now that you said that,
It
she
makes
was
sense.
going in
Right.
saying like,
She's
I
wild.
like
She's
that.
like, I
It was
like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Double penetration.
What?
Wow.
Speaking of penetration, what about Naya's hole?
When he said that, I was
Wait,
like, whoa.
speaking about penetration, what?
I said Naya's hole
Oh, God.
on Raw.
My hole.
I didn't even hear that.
Yo.
Me either.
I heard
Me
it.
either. Me either.
Yo, I heard that.
Yo, we were
I heard
watching
it.
it,
I
and I
heard
was
it.
like, I didn't hear anything.
I heard when you said that. I was like, whoa.
I was
My
just surprised
whole-
that Lana threw her through the table. So I was just like,
Oh,
what?
like she did it with ease too.
What's the
Yeah.
I-
So
I-
actually, let's talk about Raw real quick because it's been hard, and we're gonna this episode we're just gonna jump around a few topics and stuff just because
my whole
it's been very like lackluster to say the least this week in wrestling.
Right.
But this past week on Raw, what were your thoughts? Like, okay, let's talk about your boy Drew.
Drew.
And yeah, wake up.
Wake up. Okay.
That's what I have to do every Monday when we watch
Real cute.
Raw.
fall asleep on Drew. That's not taking away
Listen,
anything. His
listen,
in-ring
I
ability,
agree
none of
with
that.
what
He's
you say.
just
Y'all
boring,
don't like
period.
people.
Y'all don't. Y'all don't. Yo,
You
they
said
don't like
what?
good people. Y'all look good people.
No,
like,
that's
yo,
not- that's not
y'all
what it
cheered
is.
the Godfather, and he was a pimp.
But
Cheering.
you know what?
Yo,
But you know what? 95% of them hoes was not black though.
But
It
let me
was a
tell
bunch
you
of white
something,
women.
it's
It
not
doesn't
that.
matter.
It
He's
doesn't
still
matter.
pimping
Good-
women.
good- look, John Cena was probably the highest of the good characters, and I love John Cena his whole career, so we can't say that.
But the
what
fan
it
hated
is-
him eventually. Then
what it-
the fans.
That's okay. The fans because
it
they
was
shoved
about
John,
it was
was
who
too
he was
much.
going against though. It was the
Right.
same like
and
how
then he
with
was
Roman.
burying the shit out of people. So it was like, yeah,
That's
the fans.
debatable.
He was fucking
That's
people up.
debatable.
But
there's only one person I say he buried,
ooh,
and that was Rusev. That's the
oh yeah, he
only
buried
person.
the he buried the fuck out of Rusev.
He buried the
He did.
Nexus.
But no, I just want to.
He buried a whole stable.
Yeah, he did fuck up a whole stable. too.
But the whole stable fucked with him first. What did
what he
y'all
did
expect?
with the whole next?
What
What he
did
did
they
with
say?
the next?
They
Look,
laid
man.
out John Cena at the end of Raw.
Yo,
He was the
They
top
laid,
guy.
they laid out all
and
of
they
Raw.
laid
Yo,
out.
how the hell you took a DDT to the outside on concrete? You get right back up, and you didn't sell it, and then you FU'd and you won. Come on, B.
I mean, it's the same how
That was a Super Cena
Dean
era.
Ambrose didn't sell the GTS when Kenta did it 2 weeks
But
ago.
he didn't bury a whole stable though.
And then oversell.
It didn't oversell.
And then oversell.
But he didn't bury a stable though.
But the comment on it, it's not that we hate good people. It's that sometimes these characters don't resonate with everybody. So as much
that's
as much as Drew is a great competitor, I loved him when he came back as a heel. When he was with Zig Zig, and he was just Claymore kicking the fuck out of every. Yo, I love that.
He took out the shit by
When they
himself.
flipped him and made him a babyface out of nowhere, might I add. One day he was a heel, the next day he's a fucking whole babyface. This shit was trash. It was corny. It was
crowd,
corny to me. And it never clicked with me that that's who he's supposed to be. I'm still waiting for him to how Sheamus bro kicked the fuck out of him and he don't do nothing. 2 years ago, he'd have beat the shit out of Sheamus for some shit like that. He'd beat the shit out of Sheamus for some shit like that. Like that it doesn't click. It doesn't click.
Okay.
It doesn't work. And that's where it comes from, where when you say good people, some characters, some people aren't made to play good characters. They just can't play the good guy. It doesn't work for them.
Like Seth Rollins.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Seth Rollins is a heel in his own right.
First of all, none of them niggas in the Shield could play faces. Period. Fucking Roman was making me throw up, even though I loved him. But that shit was corny because you didn't know whether or not he was being a bad guy or a good guy.
He was the guy.
That's a good guy.
Right.
I'm not a good guy.
Because he was like, it was like, oh my God, like, it was like Stone Cold-esque almost, where he would talk so much shit and it would make you feel like but then he's talking to somebody who's clearly a fucking heel. But he has all of this heel energy, but he's talking to somebody who's clearly a heel in the situation. So it was like, that was bad. Rollins, sometimes, but I like him better as a heel. And Dean Ambrose, get him the fuck out of here.
Listen. My opinion, how I feel about Dean Ambrose, we own just all that. Dean Ambrose not for everybody. You know why I like him? Know why I like him? He's my kind of guy. And honestly, if I was a wrestler, I probably have the same personality. Like, I don't care about none of y'all. All I want to do is work hard, put my hard hat on, and go out there. He's not for everybody. He rubs people the wrong way. Like, okay, his character on screen rub people the wrong way because he just have no filter. So this is why I love Dean. Now, Seth is what you call the ultimate company guy. WWE made him famous, and then he feels like he has to defend it. Let me put this on my back, and I'm defending it. Roman, in my eyes, he sees it as this way. I'm gonna provide for my family. I gotta make sure I'm come to work, put my hard hat on, whatever you need to make me do, but make it make sense. Simple as that. Because I will take my ball and go home because I could go anywhere because my family got that much clout. Shout out to my cousin The Rock. That's how that Roman has that balls out like, yo, suck my dick and not gonna do nothing to me. I don't care. So them three are just the typical what a lot of millennials are. Because I know somebody who love their job to the point where they miss everything and do all of that. I know somebody, myself, who act like a Dean Ambrose where like, I don't care. Like, yo, I'm my own vibe. You bang me, but I'm still a good dude at the end of the day. I know somebody like Roman Reigns. I know several dudes, these quote-unquote alpha males, they act like Roman Reigns. So they rub different people the wrong way. They're not for everybody. So I agree with you. So your opinion about Drew, it's Vince's fault how he presented the baby faces. It's
right. Absolutely.
It's what made him money throughout the whole years. And people keep on eating it up.
Yeah.
So there's a question that I think we all should try to answer because I really don't see any baby faces on Raw. Someone asked, in your opinion, what male baby faces on Raw are over right now?
Fucking Riddle.
What?
That's
Riddle. Riddle's over as a motherfucker.
No,
that's okay.
Take your guys' time, Riddle. I don't
that
put this on screen.
That is a trick question.
Because there are no baby faces on Raw.
No. The trick question is we don't know exactly because there's no crowd.
Thank you.
WWE is making people who they want to be over. They're piping in you suck, you trash, boo, all this stuff. And
I'm like,
I don't know exactly.
Not enough people in this.
We have a feeling. we have a feeling on who's over. We can say Riddle probably. When the crowds come back, Riddle may be over. Keith Lee, limited Keith Lee.
Keith Lee's not over.
He,
nah. He's not on TV. He's not on TV enough.
The Hurt Business would definitely be over. But
that's funny. Do you consider the Hurt Business heels or faces?
I consider them tweeners now. Because
that's the $1 million question now. Because honestly speaking, that's in all actuality, that's really what people are tuning in every week is to see what the fuck is the Hurt Business going to do this week.
Right.
But the Hurt Business.
That's the only reason why I watch Raw.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, I can't even say like, no lie. Only watch Raw for Alexa Bliss. Well, the whole Alexa Bliss storyline and the Hurt
Yeah.
Business. That's all I watch Raw for. That's
Yo,
it.
That's
speaking
about the
of
most
business,
entertaining shit on
before-
Raw right now.
See, before I forget this, right? And this is something that I was speaking to Disable about yesterday. Because I was talking about it and I was just like, yo, I kind of wish that they didn't waste Drew versus Lashley, because that is the WrestleMania match. That is the WrestleMania match, because Lashley, the way him and Roman Reigns are two of the most protected people in the company right now. Lashley and Roman. Lashley, you see what this brother did on Raw?
He gave Matt Riddle a whole black eye, because I looked at him on Raw this week, like,
what happened?
I was like, what happened to him? And I was like,
Yo,
oh, shit,
just
Bobby
like-
fucked
trying to
him.
understand why.
manhandling people.
That's a whole man.
Yo, you
You
thought,
just don't.
bro,
Like, how many fucking full Nelsons you gonna put that nigga in? He put him
Yo.
in like 5 full Nelsons on Monday, bro.
yo,
Like,
you talking about like when him and Keith Lee had that split down, and you looking at Keith Lee, he's like, all right, Keith Lee about to take him down. But as soon as Keith Lee ran to him, Lashley was just like, yeet.
No,
right when he
that
threw
was
him.
wild.
Yo, Lashley, I so wish that they, and honestly, I would have stacked more stakes on the table. I would have had Lashley win the Elimination Chamber and become number one contender, and you have title for title at Mania. That's
So
how you
wait,
make it.
I wanna, if I was to book it, I would honestly low-key want Keith Lee to win at Elimination Chamber. And that would be the way where it gets Bobby on that platform of getting the title shot. So you get that off of him, but then it also opens the door for MVP to invite Keith into the Hurt Business as the champion, where he invites him like, this is where all the gold is, this is where it's at. So like, that's how I would do it. Is where I would get the belt off of Bobby way, like, it's either now or never if you're gonna get Bobby into the main event picture in time for WrestleMania.
Because there's nobody really that he could feud with for that title anyway.
There is
Like, there's nobody that he could feud with for that
No
title.
one WWE
That's why I'm not
probably
really
do
so
like
invested with the Matt Riddle shit, because it's like, yo, you get beat up every week and you don't get past 2 minutes in the match. The nigga chokes you the fuck out. You're dead.
bro.
And then it's like, all right, what's gonna happen next week? What you gonna do? Oh, it's Riddle again.
The Hurt Lock. I call it the full Lashley because that name is so terrible that like it's so terrible that it sticks. I've been calling
the Hurt Lock.
When they first introduced the move, they kept calling it the full Lashley. And I was just like, man, that name is so terrible. Then they tried to change it the next week to the Hurt. Like, I was like, nah. This is the full Lashley now. That name is so terrible that I can't forget that. It was so terrible. But honestly, that right there, I wish that they did not waste that match, because of the way I'm just looking at Lashley. I'm just like, bro, there is nobody on Raw that looks as dominant right now that should be in the main event title picture.
But you couldn't blame WWE for that. They had to put on something. They really had to put on something.
Correct.
And a lot of people, and this is why I kind of give wrestling in general a real, like, I'm letting everything pass for the next couple of years until everything get better, because a lot of people don't want to come to work. A lot of people are afraid. And they doing their best, whatever they had. Yes, in normal circumstances, they should never waste that match. But due to extreme circumstances, they had to. But the good thing about it is a lot of wrestlers have amnesia. Nobody remember that. Nobody remembers that. So they can run it again.
Notorious of doing what I call the Men in Black syndrome, where they just gonna flash something in your face and make you forget.
First time ever.
Like,
boy,
speaking,
why you lying?
It wasn't until you mentioned Bobby and Drew again, I was like, oh wait, that did happen. Oh shit, I forgot.
You see, they could run it again.
So they could, yeah. That's why it's not really so much a waste, because you have, our attention spans are at a negative at this point.
Right.
You can replay that again and be like, oh, okay, all right, this could work again. Especially how you build it up, because when they did the first match before, they just put it together. They just do it. It was like, here, figure it out. And it was
I kind of enjoyed that match too. I'm not gonna hold.
Oh yeah, very good. Very good.
I enjoyed that, but do you already know that they got history from Impact. So
speaking of Impact, let's transition into some Impact talk, because we gonna have a random ass pay-per-view. We watched Impact the other day, and I was like, wait, it's a whole pay-per-view?
Whole pay-per-view.
Wait a minute.
Didn't they just have a show?
Right. So that's why I was like, wait, what? But they have it's No Surrender this weekend. And your main event is Rich Swann versus Tommy Dreamer, who is turning 50 years old on Saturday.
Oh, Tommy.
So what are your thoughts on this main event? And then, Moose likes to enter himself in the picture.
My nigga Moose.
So,
that's my nigga, though.
My nigga Moose.
That's my nigga.
Come through, Moose.
That's my nigga.
Come through, Moose.
Oh
that's probably like the only nigga that I like.
Lisbon, come through with that.
Oh my God.
Moose.
So what are your thoughts on what's been going on at Impact right now, if you've been keeping up? I mean, they have that. They've been, you have, the whole intertwining between AEW and Impact going on. We have the Good Brothers on Dynamite sometimes. Private Party was on Impact this week.
I saw that.
Looking at the tag titles. I think they actually have a match at New Surrender. They're part of that triple threat tag team match. Private Party.
So, yeah, I think so.
They are. They are.
Yeah. So what are y'all thinking about the current state of Impact right now? Like, are we loving it? Are we not loving it?
I desperately need them to get people in there.
Like who?
No, I'm talking about like crowds.
Oh.
Like
some kind of crowd.
Like just hearing, like they not even doing what. Well, did they start like piping in noise?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did. But it's for some reason I don't know. Maybe the whole look of the Thunderdome makes it look better and like feel better. But it's just the empty gym type thing. Like
they're in Canada.
No, they're in Nashville. They're in Tennessee.
Mm.
They're in Tennessee. So yeah, they record a few shows every few weeks.
Yeah, I just feel like whenever I do like see some clips of Impact and stuff, it's just very, for me, it's awkward for me to watch sometimes because it's just like it's like it's no life for me. But I do like what they did with AEW though. I did like what they was doing, the whole crossover thing, because I think it was a smart business move.
On whose part?
Impacts, because I feel like that was going to get more eyes over to their product. When Kenny Omega first went over there, everybody was just like, all right, we're going to tune into Impact to see what's going on because Kenny Omega was going over there. And the move, like, I havenent watched the full show. Y'all probably would know more than me. But I don't.
Oh, damn, I'm lost. I don't remember none of that shit. Remember none
Yo, you lost?
I don't remember none of Impact.
We
watched
the whole episode because I knew the pay-per-view was coming up. So I wanted to catch
except
it.
for the Rich Swann shit. That's the only thing I remember. That's the only
but
thing.
But the thing, okay, so you mentioned the whole crossover thing, and honestly speaking, I feel like every other promotion outside of ROH and WWE is so many hands in a pot where I think it's starting to cause a little bit of confusion because Impact has a relationship, and they have had a working relationship with AAA. MLW has the working relationship now with AAA, where Leo Rush just unified the titles.
Yeah.
Then you have AEW that's dibbling into New Japan, dibbling it into Impact, and things like that. And so, do you feel like can it become too many hands in a pot situation, or does everyone end up, and Mr. Black always talks about everybody eating, which is a good thing, and everybody working together, which can be a good thing, but essentially, who's really going to win out of all of these working relationships? Because I personally starting to feel like there's just too many hands in the pot because wrestling's already too much sometimes. So now it's like I gotta watch this, that to connect all the dots. When I feel like sometimes watching one show, I should be able to connect all the dots.
I would say not more so like a company, but all I'm seeing is long-term wise, I think it would just only be good for the Bullet Club. Because I mean, like, the Bullet Club coming over here to the United States. I mean, the only people that would really know about the Bullet Club was diehards. The casual fan isn't going to know who the Bullet Club was. I just feel like as far as the I just feel like when it comes to the whole Bullet Club taking over, I don't know long-term wise if it's going to be good for Impact, I would say. Because I do see Kenny Omega definitely taking that title eventually from Rich Swann or Tommy Dreamer. I don't think Tommy Dreamer is going to actually win, but I think eventually Kenny Omega is going to try to take over all three companies. So
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know.
This is how I feel about it. All they did was bring features to wrestling. That's all they did, because artists do it, companies do it. You know, look at the post office. Like, you know, like, sorry to break kayfabe, guys. I actually have a job outside of this. Sorry, but FedEx comes to my job all the time. UPS comes to my job. At one point when 9/11 happened, FedEx and no other company couldn't fly, so they use the post office planes. Sometimes you just look out. It's just like we're gonna need you somewhere, but we can still continue the business. You notice that not all the storylines is circling around this drama. Each company are still continuing their own storylines within the other storylines. That's not the main focus. And honestly, I kind of see it as it's kind of Kenny and the rest of them kind of making good about how they left a lot of companies in shambles. So they say, you know what? Let's right our wrongs and make sure that we kind of make everyone in a good place and wrestling in a good place. Because honestly, Vince is not doing this. But then when he tried to do it, everybody just settled it. Oh my God, this is good enough. And that's it. It wasn't his creation. But with this, it's kind of like, dang, this is like a thank you. This is how I see that as like a thank you to the fans that who've been a part of the Bullet Club ride from the beginning, and say that we got something for y'all. Y'all always want this. We got y'all. We put y'all on larger scale. Kenta makes sense because he lives in Orlando and he's kind of familiar face. And now they have to deal with Roku TV, who don't have Roku TV. Man, like, come on, it comes with TV. So everybody benefits from it. Impact, other hand, is me. I've been watching Impact ever since on a weekly basis on Twitch, and I'm seeing other people like, oh, I like this guy. Okay, cool. Now I see where they're going. It forces people only watch one company to watch other companies if they're open-minded. But the thing is, a lot of wrestling fans live in a bubble that they don't want to go beyond that bubble. So that's the biggest problem. Yes, some people may say it's kind of convoluted, but I compare it to our first year. We had mad guests. We had Marcus Marquis. We had like the list goes on for that whole first season. Some people may say that was stupid for you to have all these guests on the show in the first year. But guess what? It worked out in the long run because we had some legendary episodes. You know, Marcus Marquis, the guy that was indie wrestler, he got a little buzz, little feature on Black Wrestling Lines because of our show. Sometimes the person who given the opportunity doesn't benefit, but the fact that you give an opportunity to somebody who may not be on your level, it's a rub. Just like now, that podcast we just started out, come on the show, boy, and let's talk. Or me getting on that show, they get a boost of ratings. Sometimes just helping out your next fellow man because you've been there before. That's it.
Now I feel like what Mr. Black says, like it opens up for fans who wouldn't normally see these different wrestlers. They get an opportunity to see new wrestlers, new exciting things, new storylines, something that's just not, it's not just WWE, it's not just AEW, but you get to see a plethora of wrestlers, maybe even people that you haven't seen in years that are just wrestling in other companies, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I didn't know he was still wrestling, you know what I'm saying? So
like Ken
Shamrock. At the end of the day, I think the fans win.
That's how I felt about Savio Vega when I saw him at MLW. It was like,
oh man!
Excuse me, Papa. Like, what are you doing here,
man?
Yeah, the fan wins. The fans win, in that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I still think Kenny Omega gonna take that belt.
I said, hell yeah! Who knew that Impact was alive? Yo, people thought that it was like after like Matt Hardy and them left, it was looking kind of shaky. Savio Vega, facts.
Yo, that it was exactly how I felt like. And that's why I love talking about MLW sometimes, because people don't really watch it because it's just on YouTube. and stuff. So it's just like when and they had promos for weeks building up to this nigga coming out. It wasn't even on some we just gonna throw him in the ring. It was definitely on some like we gonna build this up. It's gonna be the belt collector.
Oh, I think that honestly.
Correct. I agree. Whoever said if Kenny wins that belt, I would be tight too. I actually don't like that.
I say this.
I feel like you should.
I would be tight too. I just think that it's gonna happen. I just feel it that it's gonna happen.
Nah, that
if it does happen, I have a feeling that it's gonna set Moose over the edge. Like, because think about it, Moose beating Kenny Omega, he comes, how stoic he is. See, you messed up. I get the title back and bring it back home. And that little tag team match, him and Kenny got some chemistry.
I can dig that.
So if it means Rich Swann get like a nice buzz off of this, I mean not Rich Swann, Moose get a buzz off of this, why not? Long-term storyline. Mind you. Like God forbid, like hold on, Jay. What if he kicked out the one with the Angel? And win 2-for-1 right there on his notch on his belt. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting. Let's see.
Janelle doesn't think that championship exists, so
the one that Moose has is not real. So
I'm not addressing that dead company. I'm addressing the Impact title. So if Moose win that Impact title,
and
I'm
that's
just saying
not the title that Moose has.
Right.
So
Moose is still a champion.
Yo, but he said he'll walk around and be like, I'm a champion. And be like, sir, sir, you are not. Like, I don't know. I just for my wish is because once again I'm always labeled as the AEW hater. My wish is I just want them to have their solid foundation on the people that started the company before tackling on all these features. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like if you're gonna have some, history, that's one thing, but use the guys you have. Like, I don't understand.
But the first year they did establish themselves. Like, who had the original titles? Cody, Hangman, and Omega. The Young Bucks didn't hold the tag team title to the next year. It was SCU hold it first. It was still their guys though.
But you the number one saying like it's their early years.
But still, they did establish the tag team. They did establish the TNT. Like, come on. It brought in Eddie Kingston. It brought in what's name?
3 world champions, and that's an establishment.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to hop around the title so much. Because you're gonna diminish it, just like in sports.
Do that on top of they pay-per-views every 4 months, so that already gives them enough space. But once again, my thing is that you had your year, what 2.5. Just as a fan, for me, I would prefer you guys to build the people you have before having all these people come in. And
taken away from them,
and essentially taken away from them, and it's not. I want to say take away from them, but I understand it's more of like supporting cast members that sometimes like for Oscars or Golden Globes, sometimes the supporting actor nominees are the characters that you're more invested in, and that's my fear is that the supporting characters that are on AEW that are not a part that are from other companies are the ones that's really going to be highlighted, and you're going to forget about the ones that have been with the company since day one.
No, I have to disagree with though, because Impact is only and they only dealing with a certain amount of guys. Like Moxley has dealings in Japan, so he has to deal with them. Kenta is from Japan, and it kept it only in main event, and they was interacting with just them. You had the inner circle beef. You had the best friend situation. You have the women's tournament. You have a lot of stuff going in AEW that only people are not. They're only talking about, this and that third because it's hot, but not seeing the bigger picture. Like, dang, they haven't doing that. You got my son who finally got a W from Cody's injury. What's that dude's name? The second black dude in their stable.
Which stable?
The Nightmare the Nightmare family. Lee Johnson.
Oh, Lee Johnson.
Lee Johnson. Like he got his first win
Yeah, but I
of the
think,
year.
I think outside of, sometimes we got to take ourselves outside of ourselves to see that, because how you would look at it, because every week we talk about, you know, things, and sometimes we see the bigger picture, but someone that's a casual fan is not going to fully understand that bigger picture concept. And those are the ones that's going to focus on all these supporting characters coming in, because those are going to be the reasons why they tune in. It says just same with Impact. People that turn on the Impact, they going, oh, Kenny's on, I'm going to turn to it, instead of looking at a Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz match, or looking at a that Ace, what's his name? Ace, I don't want to say
Ace Austin.
Yeah. Or looking at, or even looking at Rich Swann. Like, they're going to be focused on the features and not on the main characters.
You got to give them, you got to give people credit, because it takes people to come around. It always takes a few people that they can relate to for them to keep on, watching it. It's, if you're open-minded in general, you'll keep on watching. There's nothing that anything could do. Like, for example, you could have a buffet with somebody's favorite food. Certain people would be looking like, I don't like how they have the temperature. It's a little bit too cold for me. Someone else would be say, okay, a little bit too cold, but they got the wings all crispy. Oh, they got the ice cream over there. Let me get that. Two different mindsets, two different mindset, open-minded and closed-minded. So that's not on that's on no wrestling companies. Look at Bad Bunny. Some people hated Bad Bunny performance. It was trash. But
I would have preferred subtitles, just a smidge.
Of course, but the people
that was my only issue. Like, I like Bad Bunny, and I like, when I know what he's talking about. But at that point, I was just like, sir,
right,
I need some subtitles.
Right. But the people who understands, okay, people that, for me, understand the performance wise. He still had energy. He said he did his thing. I didn't understand it, but I enjoyed the performance. People understand, like, yo, that was fire. Some people don't agree with the whole Bad Bunny situation. They hated it. They think it's stupid.
No. Bad Bunny put over Punishment Martinez. Like,
whoa. Janelle. But here's the thing, though. You're open-minded. You see the bigger picture. A lot of wrestling fans only see it as, I don't want this. A lot of wrestling fans are mother effing closed-minded and racist, black or white. I don't want this Spanish Goya eating mother effer on my screen. But yet, Bad Bunny sold 500,000 merch, though, right? He's up there, though, right? And him having that rub, dealing with Priest, is like, oh, Spanish pieces together, that's his man's. Now, he get a little, like, Bad Bunny is in the performance center training, try to make himself better, to make himself look good. A lot of people don't know that. Closed-minded fans. The open-minded fans like us say, I like Bad Bunny, but the fact that he's getting rubbed, and a lot of people is tuning in just to see Bad Bunny and Damian's Priest, why not? And let's not forget, Peacock, dogs.
Yo, Peacock about to be lit.
Think about it, Peacock.
I'm subscribed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Automatically, if you are already a subscriber to the WWE Network, you'll have access to Peacock. So it does. You don't even gotta subscribe. Because technically, Peacock's free right now.
Yeah, I use it a couple times. I binge watch Everybody Hates Chris, but
so let me ask you guys a question. How you guys feel about Bow Wow?
Woo!
Because I have my opinion.
No, okay. Well, no. I want to hear what you got to say first, Black.
Give him a chance.
No.
Give him a chance. What's it gonna hurt? What's it gonna hurt? Give him a chance.
Thank you.
What's it gonna hurt?
I just listen. Okay.
What's it gonna hurt?
Listen.
Listen.
I'm one person.
All them girls fans. That was his fans. And when he first came out, is gonna watch WWE.
Yes, but for how long? That
you was a Bow Wow fan?
My thing like this, right?
I said this Bow Wow.
That's my shit,
though. No.
I went to the Scream Tour too.
I went to Scream Tour too.
I actually like B2K more though. I
went to Scream Tour too. And Nassau Coliseum.
But I'm just saying, like, if I had to choose Bow Wow, like, I was going to the Scream Tour for B2K.
I went to the Scream Tour for Marcus Houston. So.
I went to Scream Tour 2 and 3.
What?
Scream Tour was lit. Scream Tour was lit.
Bow Wow. Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Yo, Jay so like fucked up right now.
Yo, it's like, bruh, like
Look, he's so fucked up.
I don't know. Like, listen, I just don't want.
Is he gonna rap his own song?
I just don't want this to be. I don't want it to come off the wrong way, right? But I just feel like having too many celebrities, right, is going to expose the business.
The business already exposed. Kayfabe is dead.
Yeah, but just because it's dead now, I feel like no, but I feel like we're in a mindset as wrestling fans that we're just taking everything for what it is, and we're just accepting certain things. Me, I have this whole Bad Bunny situation and celebrities is something that's been rolling around my mind for a minute because, like, when Bad Bunny first came on, I'm not gonna hold you. I was one of those people. I was like, "Who the hell is Bad Bunny?" I never heard of Bad Bunny.
Yes, you did. You heard Cardi B. I like it. That's
No,
Bad
okay,
Bunny.
see, that's what Sable said. That's what Sable. But the crazy thing is, I can't stand that song. I never got to his verse.
Yo, Dark Elite, if you go to Jabba Tears, just go to Facebook, type in Jabba Tears group page, and you'll see us right there. So yeah, but go ahead.
Like it.
Yeah, I never heard of Bad Bunny. You know, I was like, who the hell is this dude? You know, but I did some research. On Bad Bunny, and I found out that he was a legit wrestling fan. Okay,
Legit.
And this is not no situation where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna do wrestling because this is a wave type of thing.
But I think a lot of celebrities are
But that's what I'm saying. Celebrities in wrestling
yeah,
has been from the beginning of
yeah,
time.
I
Like
think
if
a lot
you
of
go back
celebrities
to
that
WrestleMania
come in, they're
1,
all fans.
you had Mr. T, you had Cyndi Lauper, you had anybody that came in, like you had
Mike Tyson,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he got the WD title, the
Schwarzenegger,
original one, the Attitude Era
Donald
one.
fucking Trump.
I just feel like my reason. I don't know. I just feel like I'm just
Master P.
Arrow.
I think you just don't want Bow Wow.
No.
Yes.
It's not with Bow Wow. Hell, I didn't.
Wale.
No, I get
why.
why. Because
Bro.
Bow Wow doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But when has wrestling really made
But
sense?
I'm just like, yo, give him a. I'm like, yo, listen. He put the match out there. He said him and Rey Mysterio versus anybody for the tag championship.
And you know what? It was a fucking buzz, and it did its justice. Like
Right.
I don't understand why people get so like bent out of shape. Like, oh my god, Bow Wow! Shit, throw Bow Wow in the fucking ring.
I mean, I get what Jay is saying though. It's like I get what Jay is saying though. He's basically saying that what I'm gathering is like it's cool, but don't put too much celebrities that take away from the talent who's there every single day. I get it.
Listen, I think
if you do it around this time, it's okay. I think around WrestleMania time, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think after that, maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm not completely against it. Like, here's the thing. I'm just not completely against it. I just feel like a lot of the talents are delicate right now. I feel like a lot of these talents can't afford too many embarrassing losses. You know, you're gonna have a celebrity come in. You're going to have them beat up somebody who's been training their life to be in this business. You know, you're going to go down as one of the people that get beat up by, let's say, for example, we're going to have Bow Wow beat up Baron Corbin. Like, come on, son.
But Baron Corbin is a heel. So you would cheer for that. Baron Corbin is the last legit heel in WWE.
Yo, and Cuzzo knows how much I love Baron Corbin.
He hates him. Yeah.
Guess what? He did his job.
Never got sold on Baron Corbin.
Like
that's
Baron Corbin. Like
you've been trying to tell me on Baron Corbin since Baron Corbin came up. So,
but the thing is this way. Baron Corbin does his job, and honestly,
absolutely,
certain wrestlers could take the loss and be okay. Look at The Miz. The Miz win and loss record is nasty. He loses all the time, but for some reason, why? He comes back. He gets like it doesn't affect him
because that nigga's nice.
He's Teflon. He's Teflon.
Nice. Yeah, Miz is definitely Teflon. Taking an L to Bow is something you never come back from. That's not true.
That's not true.
Yo, people forget John.
That's gonna be the highlight that people are gonna talk about.
But listen, this is it. People like fine.
You know what? Got fucked up by fucking
Mayweather two-pieced him on Raw.
Are you kidding me?
And he was leaking.
Better yet. I got something better. I got something better for all of y'all. John Cena lost to a backup dancer. Kevin Fairline.
Yeah, right.
A backup dancer.
Right.
And he has nobody checking for him.
Screwed by Jon Stewart at SummerSlam.
Right. I mean, like, No, they don't.
Nah,
They
but
don't.
I'm talking about people who need. I feel like I'm talking about people that stock shouldn't be. The people who aren't protected. Let's just put it like
But
that.
I don't think they're gonna put Bow Wow up against somebody that they're trying to build up.
Yeah, they
Give
will.
somebody up there.
We gonna put him against Baron Corbin. I feel like they gonna put him against Baron Corbin.
Listen, that's just you. That just sounds personal, sir. You
Right.
just like Baron. You don't want Baron to take that L. That's
No,
what that
no,
sounds
it's
like.
not even. I'm using Baron. I'm telling you, I'm using Baron as a example. Like honestly, right now,
What is Baron doing right now? Fighting Rey Mysterio.
he's a dominant.
Like let him fight Bow Wow
every week, which I enjoy. Okay, but but my thing like this, I just feel like when you bring celebrities in and they're gone, what long term wise, what has it done? Like long term wise, I feel like what the WWE needs to focus on, and I know a lot of fans is probably like broken records. We need to get the company back to how it was in 2016, 2017, because it was on the right track.
Won't go back there.
Huh?
It won't go back there.
I'm not even asking for attitude era because people keep asking for the attitude. And you know damn well the attitude era.
That's definitely not coming back.
Ruthless aggression era, you're probably not going to get that.
Not getting that either.
I'm saying 2016, 2017 WWE. Can we at least get that?
You know where you can find that? On Wednesdays on NXT.
Yeah, but we was getting that on the main roster. We was getting that with SmackDown. We was getting that when they
SmackDown Live days, 2016.
When
Raymond's AJ Styles, the house that he put on his back.
When they first had Talking Smack and Daniel Bryan and Renee Young was on it.
Come on.
You had a freaking Carmella, and then you had KO. Like,
come on,
son.
That actually sounds like SmackDown circa 2021 right now. It actually sounds like SmackDown right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm not asking for something that's impossible because I feel like the Attitude Era, you're not going to get in that, especially in this day and age where everything is like sensitive. You're not going to get that. Right now, I feel like we can get that with the talent that we have in the WWE, the talent that we have in NXT, who's ready to come up, who's hiding somewhere that don't want to get called up. Like we got talent in NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Why can't we have great wrestling television? Now, SmackDown is okay.
A lot of them niggas ain't ready. A lot of them niggas don't got it. A lot of them niggas just don't got it.
But my thing is like this. We had a lot of those people that we was watching on NXT takeovers who was blowing up the arenas. We had Bobby Roode, we had KO, we had Sami Zayn, you know, we had freaking Asuka. We got all these people. That's Shinsuke, Cesaro, all these people are still on the main roster. Why can't we still have those shows? Don't forget that when we was tuning into NXT Takeover and everybody was just like, "Oh man, that was a great pay-per-view." And then we look to the next night and it's a WWE main roster pay-per-view, and that sucks. Those people that was on NXT taking over, no pun intended, are on the main roster now. Yeah. We can get those shows.
They're not doing, but the NXT is a whole different animal than when you get on the main roster.
Yeah,
I noticed that shit the other day when I was watching. Like these niggas is really wrestling. The main roster is nothing but a whole bunch of spots. So you take away a whole lot. You take away a whole lot once you get to the main roster. So you'll have dope fucking matches with people who matched up in NXT, but for people who have been on the roster for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's not gonna work with the NXT cats because these niggas now are used to 5 moves of doom, fucking spear and the jackhammer. And, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're used to now. But that's what they're used to now. Like they're not used to the long matches, the 15, 20, 30-minute matches no more.
I feel like if you tell a good story, and around that time, this is probably not even NXT talent, but around that time of SmackDown's 2016, 2017 era, we had Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. And no more.
ladder match.
And they was fight.
IC for the
They was fighting IC title. It wasn't even the WWE Championship. The thing that drove it was the story behind it. The fact that Dolph Ziggler just could not win the big one no more. And then when he finally did, it was so much emotion in those matches because the storyline was told. It was told so beautifully.
Okay,
but then that match also makes sense, just in general. Them two wrestling together, just that's going to be a good match. So why not put that on?
but
There's not too many wrestlers that's on the main roster that match up with each other like that no more. That's why we keep getting these feuds and they extend these feuds forever, or they don't have nothing for nobody. That's why we had fucking Seth Rollins beating the shit out of Rey Mysterio for like 6 months, and nothing happened between that. Like it was trash.
But to be fair, they couldn't really put Seth on something long term because he was about to
of course. But like that shit was extended like way longer than it should have.
I mean,
that's the issue sometimes I have, like us as fans. It's like when stuff is extended, we complain. When stuff is not extended, we complain. So
honestly,
like people complaining about here and there, still complaining about Kevin Owens and Roman still going. And it's just like, but honestly speaking, that's probably one of the best storylines right now in WWE that's going on any brand.
Right, and I had to really think about that one too, because that was one that I was on some like,
he was like, oh, what is this about? I'm like, no.
This one kind of put me on, was just like, yo, like they're telling a fucking story, and I'm like, I had to sit back and think about it. And I'm like, you know what? I get that. I get what you're trying to do. I just, you know what it is. I just didn't see Kevin Owens as a viable threat because he hasn't been in that spot for so long, but also forgetting that he did hold down that spot for a little while. So I can't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like when I see him, I think of him with Sami Zayn and tag teaming. You know what I'm saying? That was like the most recent thing that comes. So when I see him trying to fight Roman Reigns, which I know he's not going to win, it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why are they prolonging this shit longer?
You gotta give Owens credit because he's doing his part. Because you see the viciousness, you see him talking trash. Where you go back to his old matches, KO haven't changed much. So when you go back, you remember like, oh yeah, KO was one of the first dudes in recent memory who talked trash throughout the whole match. Mm-hmm. Yo, F you, this, that, I'm gonna beat you up, da. So the fact that he had that Morvada since day one, he could have a few back bookings, but then when you put it with him and Roman, they let loose in that cage match,
right?
Like him beating up his cousin, right. Him in that last man standing match.
Matches have been great. Their matches have been great.
Just like Dan Bryan said, we are fickle. Fickle. We are. Like Dan Bryan said, we are fickle. And the thing is, like we're hella fickle.
It's a bit much. I think the writers and everything have to recognize when something is going on too long. And I think that's part of it. I think sometimes they don't recognize. I think, yo, it's been making money, so let's keep it going. But the fans not invested in it no more. So they keep it going and the fans aren't invested. That's probably, I'll be honest with you, that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like Baron Corbin. I'm not invested in it.
Oh, that's not his fault. That's not his fault.
No. Oh, boy. And I think he's a great talent, but I just never, I can never, like, it's never clicked with me and him. Never.
Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say about this whole long-term booking thing is, honestly, we're not trained. WWE untrained us to appreciate long-term booking. Yeah. Because at one point, the PG era, they had a pay-per-view every month. Right. So it diminished the long-time storyline. And let's be serious. A lot of us was not watching TNA where they had long-term booking. Ring of Honor was like a relic to find on the internet. And we did find it was very gritty quality. New Japan, same thing. So when you've been the only business for a while, you set the tone. Like the WWE is like the US with the history books. They talk about certain key events, but not the truth. So that's a bar. Right. So they've been training us to only like a certain type of style and only short amount of time frame. That's why I said, if you're open-minded wrestling fan, you'll go, you know what? Let me try something different. Yes, just like Jay said, it was hard to watch other wrestlings for a while because I was so used to the WWE style. Yeah. But Shout out to indie wrestling. Shout out to Battle Club. Shout out to BCW. Shout out to House of Glory, where it taught me, yo, I could watch these two men go at it for longer than 5 minutes without no commercial break. So a lot of people just been trained us that way. True story. Downloading Ring Honor match off of PlayStation Portable. Benches Boy is one match the whole. Yeah, he's right. You see, Ring Honor match was like a delicacy.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin's cool.
Right.
W's failing to make him a star.
But who did it though?
My nigga.
Who did the dog food then? Okay.
Don't.
But
all right. Don't do that.
No. That storyline went on way too long. Because after Royal Rumble, they should never fought no more.
Yeah.
Like, what's Roman beat up across the baseball stadium and fought again? I said, yo, all right. That did too much. Why the hell are they fighting a cage match now? Why now? That was pissing me off. So you're right. It's not Baron Corbin's fault. That's the thing. Baron Corbin is just doing his job. Think about it. When all the men came out, they said, oh, it's Baron Corbin. We take him off his screen. Don't blame Baron Corbin. Y'all wrote this stuff. He's only doing his job, just like on my job, right? If I have a supervisor and he tells me, hey, Mr. Yardley, I want you to take the mail from the 4th floor and bring it down to the basement. I look at him. That's the most stupid idea ever. But you know what, my nigga? I'll do it with a smile on my face because I get to I get to eat the clock. It's your fault. You direct me to do this. I'm just doing my job. So you can't hate Baron Corbin. He's just doing his job.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but still, if you don't.
No. I just think it doesn't connect. Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't hate him. It just doesn't. Like when he says, when Jay says he's the future, he's been saying that shit for 7 years, bro. I'm like, yo, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? Like,
but him, Loki winning the King of the Ring kind of thing, it definitely, I think, catapulted him a little bit.
No, it did. It gave him a little boost.
The Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank. When he won that, I was just like, "I finally."
Yeah,
but then he fucked up. Nah, but then he fucked up. And he fucked up backstage. So that's
he ran his mouth.
Right.
Yeah. But that's like
that was a dub.
Yeah.
Just like someone said, I'm a new fan. That's how I feel about Alexa Bliss storyline. It's been going on since last summer, and I don't see where that's going.
Mean?
No,
nah.
Now that's long-term booking that I fucking like.
A beauty.
I love it.
And you know what? You gotta appreciate the little things that they do.
Remember when she stood behind Roman? When Roman came out, and she stood behind him, and they did nothing with that yet. Wait till that come back.
Right.
Wait till that come back. Yeah. That shit was fire. That shit. I thought about that shit the other day. That shit gave me goosebumps. When she stood at that nigga in the back
the other day when she walked past Randall.
Right. She just
walked past. It didn't do nothing.
Right.
It's just like, I got you, boo. Don't
the
worry.
Thing is,
coming.
We got to be patient, like we are patient with our television shows. Look at WandaVision. The first two episodes.
Because I need more.
Exactly. Now you look like, oh shoot, I'm a crackhead for this. Let me
listen. That WandaVision is for real. So yeah.
But all right, before we do end off, let's get some predictions in for this weekend. NXT Takeover, where they have Vengeance Day. So let's start off with they are doing the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, where they have on the men's side they have MSK, which I still don't know what that fucking stands for, but okay. Versus Young Grizzly Veterans. Who do you guys have? Ooh. So just keep in mind the winners do get a future tag title shot. Don't all answer at once.
Who's the freak?
It's MSK versus
Young Grizzly Veterans.
Yeah. Ooh. G-Rock. Yeah. Oh, this one's man.
So do you have the ones that just got signed or the ones that's been trying to get up in the tag team division for the longest?
I'm gonna go with MSK.
Really?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, like they're gonna do something. I think they're gonna have a hell of a match. I know that they definitely gonna do a hell of a match.
Okay, so you say MSK. Really?
Yeah.
What's the next match?
I say Young Grizzly Veterans. And then the other side, you have the first female Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, where the winners can face or will face Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler, which is very interesting that they get that. Yeah, they'll be able to get a tag title shot from them. So you have Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon.
Definitely Dakota Kai.
I definitely
This
say
is okay, but this
Yeah.
is
and
what,
Ember.
this is when it gets sticky because if you do Dakota and Raquel, they're heels. So you're gonna do heels versus heels?
I mean, we live in a business where they've done that and thought that
Anyway.
was going to work anyway. So, and
I'm-
it's not so much. I don't think you would vision it heel versus heel. You would really just vision it NXT versus Raw.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Shotzi and Ember.
But I say Shotzi and Ember
Yeah.
because they low key been building
I
Shotzi.
like Raquel.
Low key. I
I
mean,
like
of course they be building Raquel Gonzalez. So I don't even think that's why I don't want
I
her.
mean, all they have to do is just have Dakota take the fall. Raquel don't have to exactly lose.
True. You always look at the person that takes the pin. Look at when Asuka and Charlotte lost. Asuka took the pin.
Yeah, you know they got to protect the queen.
Of course. You have for the North American title, you have Kushida versus Johnny Gargano.
Johnny been holding that. Johnny been holding it. I know he's boring, but
I'm not
going
a
with
Johnny Gargano fan.
I love Johnny. I love Johnny.
I like Johnny.
You know what?
I don't see why she think he's boring. I love Johnny.
I stopped being a Johnny Gargano fan when he was a babyface because all his matches was the same. 99 kickouts, dude taking a million finishing moves, getting shot.
Heart and soul. Heart and soul in NXT, baby.
Shot,
Heart and soul.
Drop, get his neck broken.
Anyway,
and then still kick out at two.
I would like Kushida to win.
I want Kushida to get this big win.
You don't want to see Johnny Gargano no more.
No. Next you have for the NXT women's title, you have a triple threat with Mercedes Martinez versus Toni Storm versus Io Shirai. I love Io as champion.
Yeah, me too.
But I really think one of the other ones is gonna win. I don't know
Mercedes
how.
Martinez.
Yo, if Mercedes Martinez win, that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Especially just doing background stuff on her.
Left Retribution and became a champion.
I'm dead. First of all, she had no business. She had no business in Retribution, and Retribution has no. You know what? That's a different topic for a different day.
Right, correct. You talk about Retribution.
I think.
But actually, no. I would go with Toni Storm. They've been kind
It was
of
Tony time.
giving the whole Tony time thing.
Yeah.
So I would give it to Tony. And I think last but not least, you got
I go with Tony.
Finn Balor
Finn Balor.
versus Pete
I'm
Dunne
going with Finn.
for the NXT title.
I like Finn.
Damn, I don't
You
even have
missed
that
it.
up here. What the
Yeah,
No,
hell?
you did. No, go up. You had it
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
This is definitely gonna be a one.
It's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna
It's gonna be a great match.
Yeah,
I like
I think right now,
I think Pete's gonna win.
yeah, I think that it's the era of Pete. And
Yeah.
Just
honestly,
because the other two niggas he rolling with are
What?
tag team champions.
what? Tony's too thick for win. You stupid nasty Leroy. You stupid.
Oh, shout out to Nasty Leroy out of the American Nightmare.
Shout out to Jabba
TNT.
Chin South, Shout out to Nasty Leroy. But nah, I feel like, yeah, it's time for Pete. Like, I feel like Pete Dunne been putting
You
that
said
work
PP.
in. Yeah, Pete. But,
Oh,
but,
I gotta pee.
but because they're going to Peacock, I think Pete Dunne shouldn't win now. I think he should win during WrestleMania. It would set like a real new era of who is this dude? And if he's the future, you want to present him as the future. Why
Okay.
not?
All right.
I can definitely agree with Black on that one. I definitely seen this being a rematch. I can see this going the distance, and Finn definitely escapes this one. Like this is like gonna be a hard match. It takes Finn to the limit, and I definitely see Finn getting this one in WrestleMania weekend. I can definitely see Pete Dunne.
But yeah, they've been talking about because it's 2 nights again. They've been talking about having the NXT title be defended during WrestleMania weekend. So we shall see. But before we go, the Cousins of Destruction, you guys can drop your handles. Let everyone know of your upcoming projects. You may have to get you a shirt. That
So
does say
who's
that.
first?
Can we get that shirt? Like,
I may have to get y'all that.
Who's first?
Cousins of Destruction.
Yo,
we gotta fire.
please get that. Yo, we got
Be fired. Be fired. But yeah, y'all know y'all can find me at _Hill Classic. My music is out on all streaming services. Bad, the new singles out on all streaming services. Go check it out, please. Thank you.
Okay. Instagram Wildcat Jay Troy, WILDKATJAYTROY. We got the YouTube. We got my YouTube channel. I got two. My solo one is with me doing my snack reviews and such. And my other one is my couple channel with me and my baby, Sable.
Baby.
So speaking of that, please check out the Love interview I did with Stable and Jay on the Mrblacc show. Please, it will be in the description below. And thank you, Jay and Mr. Michael. You know, yes. But before I go, you know, y'all already know I like to select the president. We are back in Legends Bar next week, Saturday, for the Elimination Chamber.
Sunday.
Let me press the rewind button.
Go.
Yes. You know, we are back at Legends Bar next week, Sunday, for Elimination Chamber. Please be there on time. Doors open at 6:30. This is the first ever 25 wing challenge. Sir Wilkins, aka Rico Haiti, versus Chisel Adonis. The battle of the dark skins, the Braddock of the Brawlic niggas, going at it wing for wing. Will Sir Wilkins perish to the new grizzly veteran? Or will Sir Wilkins overcome and eat him out? No homo. Please. If you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of wings, if you're a fan of us black people, come down to Legends Bar next week, Sunday. Because Legends Bar is the Wakanda of wrestling. Please. And please, I forget to mention, you know, please check out Zone Talk later on Facebook. Live later on. They have those two special guests. And please don't forget, I'm dropping a new episode of Mrblacc on Friday. And for everybody who's ready on the YouTube channel, please check out the other shows on our channel. Zone Talk. You know, we got couples with Mike and Janelle, aka Nelly, aka Janelle from the HR. So Zone Talk. We got 2.5 Bros. If you like sports, we got the podcast. Jabba Tears Network page, man. Podcast of excellence. And if you like retro WWE pay-per-views, please check out Talk of Champions with the lovely couple of Stan, this another single light-skinned nigga. Please check out his cup that he did.
So speaking about sorry to interrupt you, but speaking about light-skinned niggas, I'm gonna send you a link to a video, a cover that Stan did.
Yo, I saw it.
Okay, you seen it. Okay.
I saw it.
So he did a cover to Icebox.
You
saw it too?
Of course.
Okay, but him being in that cemetery though?
Listen, man, I can't justify light-skinned niggas' moves sometimes.
Okay.
Like, when I saw in the 7th time, looking like, you know what? Whoever told him to do this, it probably was white. So I forgive you, Stan. Like, I don't know why he's cemetery saying Icebox. I get it if he was actually Icebox saying Icebox. It'd be like, oh, I see the irony. But what?
But
you know what?
He's dancing on a bunch of boxes. He's walking around a whole bunch of actual boxes.
You know what? He probably say that in those coffin, it's cold, like my heart.
Okay. Well, on that note, But once again, you can watch Talk of Champions. Oh God!
Please check out Talk of Champions. Of course, they always do a retro WWE pay-per-views, WCW pay-per-views. Please check it out. I can't explain Stan's actions sometimes.
One of these days, we're gonna get Stan the man on so he could explain himself at that point. But as Mrblacc mentioned, next Sunday we are back at Legends. Zeddy Momo has gave us the green light, and then actually we're gonna go probably every other week. There is actually a pay-per-view. So March 7th, I believe, is AEW Evolution, and the following week will be Fastlane, and then 2 weeks from then will probably be WrestleMania weekend. So
every 2 weeks we're in Legends Bar,
but make sure you come safely. But we do appreciate everyone that has tuned in and always has supported the Drop of Tears podcast. So we do
Side note before you finish, for those nasty niggas who don't wash their hands at the bar, do not come. Stay your nasty ass out. I be watching y'all in the bathroom, try to give me dap. Nigga with your pee hands and poo hands, watching hands, nasty niggas. So, yo, I don't want to get shut down. So, yo, please
Wash your
wash
hands.
your hands.
Wash your
I'm
hands.
watching y'all. I have someone in mind. You know I saw you, dogs. I ain't gonna mention you.
Okay,
Nasty
but on
nigga.
that note, once again, we thank Jay and we thank Michael for joining us on this family affair episode of the Job and Tears podcast. So as always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Mrblacc. So Wilkins will be back next week. Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we are out.
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes and Noble.